Nicely growing crops looking beautiful as harvest season nears, but wedged between rows competing for space and nutrients, sprouting weeds. Here at the UT Ag Research Center in Jackson, a unique field where experts let weeds grow wild. They study Palmer pigweed and other invasive species and how they can harm crops. Weed control was a topic at the UT Ag Research's Milan No-Till Field Day, with Larry Steckel, one of the featured speakers.
Number one is just competing for water, which is one of the more limiting factors we have most years. Fertility, a lot of times, especially things like pigweeds and grasses, they'll get first dibs on a lot of the fertilizer that gets put out, but also for light.
Two issues that are connected here, weeds and pests, and both affect yields. If you have unwanted plants fighting your crops for space, they may also attract harmful insects.
Cotton producer Robert Hill must contend with weeds and pests, upping his production cost and impacting yields.
The more weeds you have in the field, the more pests that are going to be, because they go for green plants. So the more flourishing green the plant is, the more the insects are going to try to flock to it.
Also talked about at Milan, guidelines on pesticide restrictions. Farmers need pesticides to control insects, but also need to be aware of the environmental impact. Presentations focused on pesticide labels and the Endangered Species Act, spotlighting updates to restrictions and the history behind these limitations.
So we want to protect endangered and threatened species as well as their habitats and still be able to farm. And so there's different ways that we're looking at mitigation strategies and how we can coexist and still be able to produce agricultural products and still have pesticides.
Each growing season has challenges, including agriculture's annual battle against weeds and pests. Whether it flies, crawls, or grows in the ground, farmers need to know the best way to go forward with these ongoing problems. This is Charles Denny reporting.